With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Baltimore Ravens. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. On first down, Mahomes. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And he comes back with one complete. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
First down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage. 17 on the play.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Now they face a third down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Flush to his right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on fourth. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. And it's complete to Kelsey. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one good for 17 yards on fourth. Couldn't ask for much more from your offense there. First down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Flushed out right. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. All that for a 2-yard gain, second down. Mahomes now to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Taking it right down Broadway. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. And the Ravens lead at 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Eluding the pressure right. That to his running back, Edwards-Helaire. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
That one complete to Hill. And now off to the races down the right side. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this football game. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
Being chased out left. And that is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Here's Hill on the return. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there and handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 34-yard line.
Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. These two teams all tied after one. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
On fourth down, Tommy Townsend to punt for Kansas City. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one good for 37 yards. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah. 52. Mike 52. Here we go. D all day. Defense all day.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A big pickup of 38. Looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. They'll run here with Edwards. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. 2nd and goal from the 1.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
They'll look to run with Edwards. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
That's a nice example of good team defense right there. Ball was snapped at the 1-yard line. They knocked him back and caused a loss. But you notice they were trying to find any type of a gap to run through. Wasn't one available, and they stuffed the play right there in the middle of the field.
Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Ravens have taken the lead.
But they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times that's a passing play.
And the kicker just has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
Taken in the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And that last touchdown drive, a good mix of pass and run. Defensively, they just looked a little out of whack.
And it's so hard to stay up with an offense that has things going so well, where you're guessing and guessing wrong.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson into a double team, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
Well, you were backed up into a 2nd and long, but instead of trying to get the yardage back in chunks, he's trying to get it all back at once. And this defense was just lying in wait, and they're there to pick this one off.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. He's going to wind up and air it out into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick, and a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right?
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
You got nothing. Mike 52, Mike 52. Tackles.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens are able to show off their quick strike ability. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you get this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Here's Mahomes to throw. And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Mahomes picked by his ex-teammate Marcus Peters. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have him set up with a 1st and goal right at about the The 6-yard line. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. After the interception, here's Jackson. Steps away to his left. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, as the first half is winding down. And the Ravens will add on to their lead.
This defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number one.
It should be number one, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Mecole Hardman, the intended target, but it'll be second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Mahomes going to throw. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And here on the road, that could be a huge score for their morale in the second half.
Every team has confidence going into the start of games, but sometimes you get it rocked a little bit, and it certainly applies here for them. But guess what? Just what you said, this touchdown can give them their belief back that they can win in the second half.
So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half.
And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line.
Well, he's had success running the football in this one. Yeah, that's undeniable. But that time, the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Nice job by Juan Thornhill there to get a hand in and break up the play.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way,
He should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds a defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback. I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
Fourth down, here's Jackson. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So not only do they convert on fourth, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. Jackson on first down. Dancing to his left. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
Buying time to Jackson, hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether he's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Yeah, we had the fumble last week. Now here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much...
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Ravens. He let one slip away last week as well, so now 2 fumbles lost in as many weeks.
Well, we were out at practice, and we watched him work. And what did his quarterback coach talk about all week?
Being a two-hand monster.
And we looked at each other. Two-hand. Oh, I get it. Two-hand monster. Both hands on the football, taking care of it, putting it away so the ball doesn't get dropped.
Marquise Brown was the intended target, and that'll bring up second down.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
He was looking for Watkins that time, and that'll make it third down.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long, and he's got it.
And the Ravens are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins.
And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here, back to the 2. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Jackson's going to keep it.
And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a third down.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up.
And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on fourth and goal. Well, they're going to try this thing. They're at the 5, fourth and goal. They're going to go for it. We'll see. Run, probably pass to both in the arsenal.
Let's go, D. Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52.
Here's Jackson. Flush to his right. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack. A breakdown by the O-line at the worst possible time. Fourth and goal, and it leads to a sack.
And I can just see it now. On the sidelines, they're telling the quarterback, you've got to get rid of it somehow, some way. At least get it in the end zone and give us a chance. If we throw an interception, so what? A sack? We didn't even have a chance.
10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. And going deep for Hill. It got his man complete. And all the Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 79 yards. And the Chiefs are able to get this back within a touchdown.
That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
At the 23, it's 2nd and 12.
Throwing is Jackson. And the Chiefs are going to get him. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
There's Jackson on 3rd and long. Forced out to his left. Deep ball for Goodwin. He's got a man, complete. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A big-time 3rd down play for the Ravens. 54 yards. Now Jackson on 1st down. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
It's nothing like pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins.
He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine.
They set up the screen for Dobbins.
And his bid for the 1st down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. John Harbaugh going to roll the dice. They're going for it on 4th down.
Mike, 53, Mike. They gonna need some therapy.
From the gun, Jackson. Flushed out right. Over the middle here to Brown. And down inside the 15 he goes. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. 1st down on a pickup of 11. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And his pass, incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
On 2nd down, Dobbins And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. The Ravens on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 9.
53, Mike. Cover it. Watch safety creep.
Jackson going to tuck it down on the option.
And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good, and that will make this a 9-point lead. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what...
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Past the 20. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Mecole Hardman. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Chiefs are able to get this back within a touchdown.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. They do tack on the extra point as well. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So down only 2 now, still a chance to finagle their way into field goal range if they can get this onside kick. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
Edwards now on 1st and 10. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game.
They'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage.
There he goes left side.
Let's get that
and he's
swagger.
across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
So the lanes continue to be there for Lamar Jackson to run that football. That his 2nd touchdown run of the game.
You know what I would like? I'd like for us to be able to go into a defense's room after playing Lamar Jackson and watch the tape and see how much of a lane was really there and how much he created just through his talent. In any event, Lamar Jackson finds the end zone, doesn't he?
He always seems to, but that's a good point. We sometimes put blame on the defense. Maybe we just need to praise Lamar Jackson a little bit more.
Let's go!
Now Mahomes. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill that time. That'll bring up 2nd down. To throw is Mahomes. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
He's going to let it fly. This is caught inside the 15. And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Back to throw. Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
3rd and goal, and keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory.
Mahomes to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to get it back to a one-score game. Butker's kick here is good. And that'll move them back within 6 now. So with 13 on the clock, it's time for an onside kick. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And who's got it? I think the Ravens do, yes. And they're going to win this football game. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though, now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
And they'll run the option to start the drive.
He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. So the Ravens will keep the offense on the field as they're going to go for 2. So a little icing on the cake there before the clock hits all zeros.
What a way to finish things off. Exactly what you want. Not much time and a touchdown to put things away.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Ravens, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, the early struggles continue as they